All right, so we'll take Kevin's question here. What if she keeps threatening me to take me back to court because I'm 1 month behind in child support, and she keeps threatening me with taking me back to court? What am I supposed to do? I'll let you go first on this one, Jake.
Kevin, in your situation, if you're 1 month behind in child support and she's threatening to withhold the child because you are 1 month behind in child support, let her keep making those threats. It's going to cost her 5 times more to hail you back into court than what she's going to receive in child support. And also, she's going to get hammered with the failure to co-parent because child support and parenting time don't play a role. They shouldn't play a role. They should not intermingle. They should not have an effect on one another. So that she can threaten that all she wants, but keep exercising your parenting time.
The practicality of it is technically you'd be in contempt of court, but I don't know a judge. As long as you're making progress towards it. In California here, we get it may take 6 months to get a child support order in place, and dad may be $6,000, $12,000 behind on child support when the order's made. It is what it is. But as long as you're making payments towards it and you're trying, so if you're 1 month behind and then next month you make your child support payment plus $50 and you keep trying to do that, and if you guys are communicating, if you clearly communicate that to her, if it's like, hey, COVID affected my job or whatever, and you're trying, there's not a judge in this country who's going to bring the hammer down on you. But if it keeps building, say if you've changed jobs and you can no longer afford it, something like that, you need to be the one that files to go into modify. Because on the backside of that, one of the things I've seen coming out of COVID is dads sat on their hands when they lost their jobs and child support bills piled up. And the judge isn't going to find you in contempt, you lost your job, anything like that. But you're not going to be able to go back and change that. In California, at least, you're not going to be able to go back and change that child support amount. So I had guys who came in early to mid 2021 and said, I lost my job in April of 20, and now I'm $15,000 behind in child support. I'm like, well, we need to file a modification. But unfortunately, you're stuck with this year's worth of child support that you didn't pay because you lost your job. So if the reason you're behind is because of a change in circumstance, you need to run back into the court and you need to get a modification. If not, you need to absolutely do your best to get that paid up. If you're paying through the state, a lot of states, if you communicate with the child support office and say, hey, here's what happened, here's what I'm doing, that can also help you, and they aren't going to go after you as long as you're making progress on paying that arrears.
Right. And so in Kansas, we do all child support. 99% of child support. We have some cases that are handled privately, but in 99% of child support issues are handled through Kansas Payment Center. And Kansas Payment Center operates off of what is called an income withholding order. And in that income withholding order, dads start usually behind the 8 ball because there might not be a child support order until 6 months into the case, and then those arrears are stacked up. So in that income withholding order, you can actually agree to tack on like $100 a month until those arrears are paid in full on top of your actual child support obligation. That chips away at arrears. So you're actually behind in child support, but you're chipping away at the arrears with the additional payment. So I wouldn't let her scare you with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned, and that's exactly out here in California. If you're behind, the judge is going to look at you. Normally, if both sides are represented, the attorneys are going to say, hey, my guy, it's tight right now, but my guy can pay $50 towards arrears every month. The attorney's like, thumbs up, let's do it. Or like, can we make it a little more? So typically with an amount, even when the amount gets larger, especially when there's a modification, normally the courts are going to be in favor of you chipping away at that rather than trying to do something dramatic. Now, if you're just simply not paying, and this happens month after month, that's what that's when a judge is going to come down with the hammer. That's when a contempt action may actually be successful. There are some instances where you've seen states get really aggressive, but I think in general now, states want to see dads or whoever's paying the support, as long as they're trying, they're just going to keep collecting that money.
Right.